Welcome, humble adventurers, to my realm of knowledge and mystery. Here, in my cursed library, are endless tomes and scrolls on the darkest and evilest foes in all the realms, be they from Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, the many worlds of darkness, or any realm in between. Welcome to the Dastardly Decimal System. I'm your caretaker of the corrupt, the librarian, Castor Cain. And supervising as always is Vega the Cat. I have seen many worlds, and I have seen many holidays. Some of these holy days celebrated God's victory, while others signify a new year's beginning. Winter holidays are always a special event. I enjoy the one called Christmas. It's a time of giving, goodwill, and kindness. However, not every world shares that sentiment. Some winter festivals are born from dark and evil gods. For this discussion, I have brewed a pot of Santa's secret tea. This is a mix of black tea, peppermint leaves and spices, all sprinkled with candy canes. So sit back and enjoy as we talk about winter festivals of the evil gods. The Long Shadows. In the world of Eberron, there is a collection of evil gods known as the Dark Six. One amongst these, the sovereign of magic and mayhem, is the god only known as the Shadow. He was once an actual shadow of the god Orion. Orion was a god constantly searching for new magic, and as the price for arcane knowledge, his shadow gained sentience and godhood. In the final 3 days of the month of Volt, signifying the end of the month and the end of the year, a night that spans 3 days covers the land. This is known as the Long Shadows. During this time, dark magic becomes stronger, and monsters of the night freely roam, hunting on any foolish enough to be out. For most folks of Eberron, people use this time to stay indoors with family. They find some sort of merriment in games to distract themselves from the horrors that occur outside, and pray for blessings and well wishes for the renewal of the new year. For the followers of the Shadow and the creatures of the night, this is a holy day where they can walk freely, practice their villainous crafts, and feed on any unlucky enough to be caught. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay indoors this holiday, because you never know who or what is crawling around outside when the lights go out. Aural's Ice Dancing. Aural is the queen of cold and frost. She is the goddess of winter and snow, and has even kept parts of Faerun in eternal winter for nearly 3 years. Her followers are violent, scheming, and, as to be expected, cold-hearted. It is never easy worshipping such a cold queen, but she is also a rewarding goddess. The Night of Ice Dancing is a yearly event that occurs during the night of winter. It is a night of revelry, hedonism, and ice skating. In short, it is a party and everybody is invited. Followers collect and summon the best food, obtain the finest of booze, and even brew the sweetest of teas. People flock from all around to partake in the party, filling their bellies with food and booze, for this is a night of reward and community. It is also, however, something much, much darker. Those that come to the party do so expecting fun and merriment. What they do not expect is to be recruited or converted. The ice dancing night is a major source of recruitment for Oral's clergy. Her followers will wine and dine you, slowly selling you on the winter goddess's teachings. And with each sip of booze and bite of food, it slowly seems like a better and better idea. Be careful what you agree to at this year's Christmas party. It may come back to haunt you. Days of Wrath. In the world of Golarion, in the nation of Cheliax, amongst the worshippers of Asmodeus, there is a holiday known as the Days of Wrath, or the Dies Irae. Various contests and blood sports are held on those days, promoting those elite who can clearly show their superiority over another. These events are watched and judged by the gods and devils themselves. The Days of Wrath occur on every solstice and every equinox. But the final one of the year, the one on the winter solstice, is a special event. This sees the culmination of the Dies Irae, with the winners of each past event being brought together to fight to the death. The winner, the last one standing, is given freedom, a plot of land, and a barony. Be strong, be smart, and maybe, just maybe, you'll make it out of the holidays in one piece. Rite of pain and purity. Loviatar is the goddess of pain and agony. She is a servant of the greater god Bane, and was a master of inflicting pain, psychological torture, and misery. This makes her the unlikeliest of candidates for a winter holiday. But she has one nonetheless, just not in the way that you would expect. Those that follow the Mistress of Pain believe that following the path of her domain was a way to get closer to her. In short, if they felt pain, she would smile upon them. In the winter solstice, when the year's end creeps up upon them, clergy members assemble to a circle to dance while singing and chanting. They do this while standing barefoot on broken glass, barbed wire, thorns, and other painful objects. They are encouraged to participate in greater revelry at the end of whips wielded by ranking priests. All of this would be painful enough, but the biting cold adds a whole new layer of pain to the event. The followers do this so a red ring of radiance will form around the circle, allowing Loviatar to appear and speak, granting them guidance and resolutions for the upcoming year. If you thought your New Year's resolution was difficult to follow, imagine breaking a promise to the goddess of pain. The Unveiling. Faerun is filled with an abundance of evil gods. It is a resource that they do not lack. Yet amongst them is one considered to be the most sinister, violent, and evil of them all. That is the demigod known as Gargoth, the Hidden Lord. He is the demigod of political corruption and malice, which makes him a feared lord, not only by mortals, but by the gods, the demons, and the devils as well. He was labeled as the utterly depraved devil, and was cast from hell. Now he wanders the material plane, hiding from his enemies, while slowly spreading his brand of corruption and moral decay amongst the mortals, readying them and Faerun for the day he will rise from the shadow, claim Faerun as his own, transform it into the 10th layer of hell, and rule for all eternity. Each and every winter, as the year comes to an end, his followers claim that this year will be the year of his rule. This year is finally their year. This is the year when he will take over and make their lives better. So as each year ends, they preemptively begin to celebrate, filling their revelries with bloody sacrifices, greedy corruption, and a party with a complete lack of moral and ethics. This is the way of Gargoth. And you thought your Christmas parties got a little wild. The Winter Festival is celebrated by many cultures in many different ways. It may seem weird for evil gods to have a winter celebration, but in my mind, even the darkest of divinities deserves a little light. It seems that our tea is run out. I hope this aids you in your winter celebrations. Join me again in my library for more stories and lore about the darkest villains from the darkest realms. This has been the Dastardly Decimal System, and once again, I am your librarian, Castor Cain. And with me as always is Vega. Thank you, and have a very Merry Christmas. Do you love the Dastardly Decimal System and want to support us? Check out our new Patreon. Members will get access to show notes, official artwork, our new bonus episode series called Cleaning Up After Tea Time, and of course, plenty of cat pics of Vega voice actors Vash and Zid. You'll even be able to suggest a topic for a future episode. Check it out at patreon.com/Dastardly Decimal System. If you are not financially able and still want to support us, suggest the show to a D&D loving friend. It really helps us get noticed. The Dastardly Decimal System can be found on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Blue Sky at DD System Podcast. That's Delta Delta System Podcast. Drop us a message and say hi. Vega always loves the attention. This podcast was produced by Midnight Reading Audio, a division of Midnight Reading Publishing. The voice of Castor Cain is Larry Gent. The voice of Vega is provided by my cats, Vash and Zid. Thank you, and have a very Merry Christmas.